Okay. We are going to attempt to do this house contemplation today, but I don't quite know how it's going to happen because it's a bit of a rabbit hole. So, I have just been practicing doing this thing where I just say to Spirit, have you got anything to say to me today? And I just wait for some words to come. And then I kind of go down, like I try and figure out what it's all about. So, I've been doing that. Yeah. And sometimes I get what these words are, and sometimes I'm like, what the But it's actually quite fun because it's like co-creating with Spirit. It's like, it doesn't just hand it to you. Like, it's kind of fun to sort of dive into it. Anyway, here's what I got today. So, my first word I got was panorama link. I was like, okay, what is panorama link? So I looked up panorama link, and it didn't really come up with anything except for, like, panorama is like the big picture, and a link, it's like a link linked together. It's all linked together. So I was like, okay, panorama link. So I looked it up. I couldn't find anything that I went green light. You know how your mind goes green light. So then I was like, okay, well, I can't find anything that's green light here. And then Spirit said, okay, what about parodynamic links? And I was like, well, no, there's nothing there. Parodynamic, the dynamics. I mean, now looking back, I can kind of see how that linked to what it eventually got to. So then I was like, okay, you're going to have to give me more. And so Spirit said, the threshold. Try the threshold. And I was like, okay, why don't I search panorama threshold. So then we started getting into it. Then we got the magic words. So the panorama threshold has to do with these DNA tests, right? And it's called the fetal fraction threshold. And this panorama DNA test, it's a specific panorama DNA test. You have to have 2.8 to 4% of the baby. Anyway, there was the science part, which I was like, I have no idea what. I don't know really. Look, what is all this about? It's about trying to find this de novo, entirely new DNA code. Something to do with that. Alright, so I'm down this de novo DNA code, right? So, like, this is the test they find, like, new, like, okay, so when you've got a man and a woman, right, the baby has 50% apparently, but then what it's saying is that there's completely new DNA code that is created. It's not like you're just 50% of your mother and 50% of your father. Like, it's not, because it intertwines into some weird new thing, which is de novo, which is an entirely new DNA code. Non-inherited. It's not inherited. So it's like you've edited, like through reproduction, we edits our DNA code, right? To adapt. I don't know. I mean, I don't understand the whole thing. So, anyway, so we've been taking down this, okay, we're creating new DNA through reproduction. Brand new DNA codes happen in what scientists call non-coding regions of our DNA, silent personal markers, which later I found out the non-coding DNA is what used to be called junk DNA. Okay, so you can have some mutations like that get you some chronic illnesses or some different differentiating chromosomal conditions. Okay, so then I was like, I don't even know why you're telling me this. I mean, personally, it was sort of telling me this is that you are not your father and your mother. You are a completely new creation every time. You have these non-coding regions of your DNA, which is really cool. Like, and then I was like, oh, is this like, can we have spiritual mutations? Like, yeah, anyway, I was like, okay, why are you even, why are we going down this road about DNA testing and codes and whatnot? And then Spirit said octopus genetics. I was like, okay, octopus genetics? What does that have to do with de novo new DNA creation? So then, I mean, all of this is through Google. I'm asking Google, right? So, I mean, take it with a grain of salt, right? Because, I mean, Google is Google. So then it was saying, okay, octopuses edit its own DNA in real time. So, okay, so what it's kind of trying to say is we create new DNA codes through reproduction over time. But an octopus can change its DNA. I said, can octopus change its DNA in real time? Like, what the hell? And I said, no, it's an RNA. They edit their RNA. So I was like, okay, so they can do that in real time, which means that's why they can, like, okay. But it's all short term things. So, like, for example, if an octopus goes into cold water, it can, like, edit its RNA so that it doesn't, like, freeze its cells or something. Like, it can do cool things in real time, an octopus can. Honestly, I'm not a scientific brain, so I was like, okay, well, that's kind of interesting. And it can do nervous system upgrades in real time without having to go through reproduction. You know, like, okay, so, like, if your parents have a trauma, right, and then they have a baby, you've got junk DNA to help you deal with that kind of, like, okay, I mean, I don't 100% understand it. So, like, okay, my dad went to war, right, so I probably have some junk DNA to help me adapt to war. I don't know, it has to be activated in the trauma. I don't know. Anyway, so this is where my brain is going. I'm just going, okay, we're going down some rabbit hole, mate. Okay, so we do this through generations, but octopus can do this within themselves in real time. So within themselves in real time, they can edit their RNA code. DNA and RNA are different because DNA is a permanent thing and RNA is like an editing thing. Okay, I don't really understand that bit. But, okay, so then I was like, okay, what the hell is this all about, man? So I said, I just said, what is all this about? And so instead of, this is what Google says. Instead of just delivering a one-time rigid instructions like, oh, okay, hang on. Okay, my notes are everywhere. Okay. So then I was like, RNA, isn't that got to do with certain new medications that came out recently? God, my notes are on like 100 different pages. So, like, I don't know my train of thought. But anyway, I was like, okay, well, what has that got to do with... Okay, there's something to do with that. Oh. Hang on. I think that page first, then this page. Oh, this is me. So, I was like, okay, so... Well, how do humans change their DNA? So they change it through epigenetics. Imagine your DNA is a massive library of books. When you experience stress or a new diet or a major life change, your body doesn't rewrite the text in the book. Instead, it places a sticky note, chemical tags, on the pages to say, read this chapter louder or skip this chapter entirely. When you have a baby, some sticky notes from your life experiences can actually be passed down, you equipping your baby with a pre-marked blueprint based on the environment you survived. This is how humans adapt to the next level relatively quickly across generations. The octopus is different. An octopus doesn't just use sticky notes, it literally takes a pen and crosses out a letter in the messenger text, changing the actual protein within hours. I mean, if you can understand it. Could, in theory, this was my question. And then I was asking, oh God, my train of thought is just... Okay, so then I was asking about, obviously, medications that do these RNA things. Anyway, I think that's later. Okay, I said, could these RNA hacks... And then I was thinking, like, okay, so you can have medications that changes your RNA, like, I think that's what they're trying to do, like, edit, like, with these RNA things, like, hack, so that you can be like an octopus. Like, there's actually things about octopus, like, they're studying octopus with this able to naturally edit their RNA, right? I said, it could, in theory, these RNAs unlock superpowers. So I was like, okay. Like, if you can edit your RNA, and that's what they're trying to give humans, this RNA, could this unlock superpowers? I don't know when I got to that bit. Oh yeah, so with the vaccines, obviously they're doing RNA stuff. They want to get you like an octopus, right? They want it to be like an octopus where you can edit your RNA in real time. And scientists want to fix genetic diseases by editing a patient's existing RNA on the fly, exactly like an octopus. Fixing mutations of a person has a they have a genetic disease, cystic fibrosis, or certain cancers. Their DNA has a permanent mistake. Instead of trying to riskily edit their human DNA, scientists are designing synthetic RNA drugs that mimic the octopus's natural enzymes called ADA something. The drug hitches a ride into the cell, finds the flawed copy of the recipe, the RNA, and flips a single genetic letter to correct the mistake. So the ones in 2020 were generation 1, and it proved that they could use synthetic RNA to teach the body to defend itself. Octopus Genetics is helping write the blueprint for generation 2, smart RNA medications that can dynamically edit, tune, repair, or genetic messages in real time without touching our permanent DNA. So, the problem is, like, with the octopus, right? The octopus is stuck in a permanent DNA. Whereas we change our DNA over generations. They are stuck in a permanent... Octopus is stuck in a permanent DNA. But they can edit their RNA temporarily on the fly. We can change our DNA over time, but we can't do the RNA thing. I mean, this is how I understand it. We can't do the RNA thing that that octopus can do, which is rewrite our RNA in real time to adapt like straight away to environmental changes, I guess. So what they're trying to do with these RNA stuff, like they're researching the octopus to do these RNA stuff because they want to not permanently touch the DNA. They want like the best of both worlds. They want to be an octopus and a human. They want to be octopus and human. You know what I mean? So that's what they want. They want the best of both worlds. This is kind of what I got. This is kind of what it is. So then I was like, when you have a baby, some sticky notes, okay. Said that bit. Octopus doesn't just use sticky notes. It literally takes a pen and crosses out a letter in the messenger text, changing the actual protein within hours. I mean, this kind of makes sense to me, but I mean, we'll get there in the end. And I said, okay, could, in theory, these RNA hacks unlock superpowers? I was like, okay. So are we unlocking superpowers in the junk DNA? Like, are we trying to unlock superpowers? Yes, if we can successfully adapt the octopus's RNA hacking mechanism for humans, we could unlock superpowers that are entirely grounded in real biology. Because RNA editing allows an organism to completely rewrite its protein structures on demand without altering permanent DNA. It acts like a real-time slider for human capacities. If scientists fully crack this code, here are the theoretical biological superpowers it could unlock. 1, environmental shape-shifting. Yeah. This is when I started going, holy mulgadoli. If you travel to the Arctic, your body would automatically detect the drop in temperature and instantly edit your cellular proteins to keep your muscles operating at 100% efficiency. So that's what an RNA hack could do. Like if we could be like an octopus and RNA edit on the spot, on the fly. Instant on-demand healing and regeneration could happen. Pain elimination on command. Overlocking brain power and focus. Blocking our activation. Oh, then I was like, okay, if we're going to go down this like a medication RNA hacking crap, could that block our activation of other activations of like the normal way we would activate our junk DNA? Like our it's not called junk DNA anymore. It's called non-coding genome, which they find out about with these bloody panorama tests. If we could stop our junk DNA switching on theory. Oh, I don't know what that note was. If we could stop our junk DNA switching on theory. I don't know. Okay, so I've missed a whole bunch because I was just like, what the hell? Anyway, so then I was like asking, okay, so, I mean, basically, if you're going to go down these RNA medications to try and be able to edit your RNA on the fly, it's a temporary thing, but they can make it longer. They're trying to make it longer than temporary, but it's still going to be controlled by an outside force. So you may be able to use these RNA medications to do things that we might need to have to do, but it's still going to be controlled by an outside force. I said, the pharmaceutical companies will have control over what is switched on and off. Oh, it'll be on subscription basis. That's what it says. It's going to be on subscription basis. And then, did I say anything else about that? I don't know. It's kind of, it's a little bit beyond me, to be honest, but it's something that Spirit wants to say about this. So also if you go down like RNA stuff, like octopus RNA wanting to be able to do this octopus thing where they edit their RNA in real time, you're gonna get a lazy muscle and it'll be epigenetic overriding. So you can do it, but only if you have access to these RNA things that they're trying to do. So basically, the end result was, so just leave nature to do its thing. And it's like, yeah, just leave nature to do its thing. Don't get involved in any RNA kind of stuff. It's great that an octopus can do it, but that's not the way that we're doing it. And we have got junk DNA that will be activated automatically if needed. I think it's basically like Spirit saying, don't worry about it. Like, we have designed, Spirit's designed human to perfectly be alright. We've got the junk DNA to sort it out when needed. Like, don't worry about sorting it out. But I think they're trying to sort it out, obviously. Through but it's can't, I mean shape-shifting, healing and regeneration, all that stuff, that you could do that in real time, like an octopus. Environmental shape-shifting. I mean, it's kind of weird what Spirit's trying to say. I think pretty much Spirit's just saying, like, just don't muck around with it. It's covered. You're alright. Calm down. Everything's fine. You've got that non-coding, what's it called? You've got that non-coding, like the junk DNA, but they don't call it that anymore. They call it non-coded. Yeah, I'm very bad at school. This is why I was bad at school. You've got that non-coded junk DNA, which... Oh, and then I was saying, like, well, can't you just, like, practice environmental changes? Like, is the sauna a good idea? Sauna and cold plunge? Yeah, that's great. Do that. Yeah, do sauna and cold plunge. Go in the cold water sometimes. And you'll be able to activate some of this junk DNA. Like, I mean, some of it's some of it's been put in there through your parents' trauma and through your own trauma. Like, some of that stuff in your junk DNA, you're going to be able to... So I feel like if you've been traumatized or your parents have been traumatized and there's been a long line of trauma, you're going to have some tools in your junk DNA bag for when it's necessary. So, be grateful for your trauma. Be grateful for your trauma. I don't know. But anyway, that was a rabbit hole which I was not prepared to go down. And you can look it up. I mean, there's all these companies that are looking into octopus's genetics, and I mean, I don't really understand it. Like, an octopus's genetics is like they're trapped. Oh yeah, I did say so. I did write down that something about that they're trapped. They can't shift their DNA or something, but they can adapt. Like in real time. I don't know which one's better. Being able to adapt in real time, or being able to pass it down to the next generation. I don't think they can pass it down to the next generation, you know, like they just have like this ability to rewrite in real time. But if the climate change, I was saying like if the climate change like on a permanent basis, the octopus can't keep that. I don't think they would be able to keep that up. It's just a temporary adaptation for temporary changes. But anyway, they're trying to do this. I mean, it's interesting about the nervous system upgrade. I mean, personally, okay, maybe they are trying to help, right? Maybe their intentions are good with all this RNA trying to do stuff to help us to be like an octopus. I don't really want to be like an octopus. I mean, I like octopus. But long term, it's not a good plan. And it could end up blocking the natural ability to activate junk DNA. I mean, there's something about junk DNA. And you can find all this out with this DAVO test. Well, that DENOVO is an entirely new DNA code. I suppose, yeah. It's all about adaptation. I mean, I don't know if this video is very good, but when I was actually going, I need to actually write things down better, like, as I'm going, like, the questions, and then, like, I've got to get better at this. But I think the end of the message is just let nature, you just trust spirit. I promise you, spirit has got it in hand. You don't need to do so much. Like, you don't. I promise. You don't need to do so much. The junk DNA will work it out. And then I was like, oh, I need to know more. My brain was hurting by this stage. And then I was like, tell me more. And I was like, okay. Then I wanted to talk about Poseidon again. Poseidon is the beginning. Poseidon is the protector. And then it said Poseidon is an octopus. And then I was like, okay, this is getting too much for my little head. So, Poseidon can shapeshift. Oh, yeah, okay. So that links into the last one because he was a land god, but he did the water. So he can shapeshift. Poseidon can shapeshift. So Poseidon has this RNA editing ability, right? And then I was like, tell me more. It's like, enough for today. Your brain's full. My brain is full. Like, that was a lot. Where I didn't even think that it was going to go. I think I've said it all. So, there's like, okay, the RNA stuff with the 2020 stuff, that was generation 1, but then it's like generation 2 now. There's doing generation 2 with this octopus stuff. It's not a good plan. It's just not a good plan. So just be aware of it. It's not a good plan. Don't stress and don't worry because it's okay. You're going to be fine. There is no death. Don't worry about it. That's my message from Spirit today. Don't stress. And don't get involved with octopus stuff. But love on octopus. Octopus is a very beautiful, like I researched like octopus. They're so beautiful, the way they're so self-sacrificing, and they're actually a beautiful creature when you research it. They're actually full of self-sacrificing and nurture and care for their offspring. And they're very sensitive. So love on the octopus, but don't be an octopus. Do not go down the RNA stuff. Just be okay with our DNA change. Well, we've got that. We've got junk DNA. We'll be all right. Okay, ciao for now. Bye.